I want a great military career. He does too. So sometimes you both can't have it. It's only either one at this time and then the rest.
We kind of went about it the wrong way because we didn't even have an engagement. We decided the night before that we were going to get married in Vegas.
We sometimes don't understand each other. Like, he is really into work.
My job is constantly flowing. Her job isn't. And she doesn't understand that.
So our command didn't know. We didn't tell anybody, which that caused some problems.
So they gotta go. Well, you gotta go too. They gotta get up early. Well, something about your routine is gonna change. Last minute, everything on the go.
First 8 months or year, I was gone. Not to mention, she got pregnant 3 months after we were married. So I was deployed. She was pregnant. It was tough.
We're both into our jobs.
Being away from him and being pregnant and working, everything combined was really tough.
My job is more demanding because my job runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Literally, there's always somebody available to do my job.
It's one of the questions that we never even thought about is, what are you going to sleep on when you get an apartment? Because we didn't have any furniture. I already pretty much had orders to deploy, so we already knew going in that we were going to spend our first year apart. So that was rough.
I have learned that I can do a lot more things than I give myself credit for. And second of all, I have learned to sometimes just be quiet and walk away.
As she said, I can do a lot more than I think I can. And I can also let go of a lot more than I think I can't.
Stick it out. That's all. That's what I would say. I mean, they can't just be willing to give up on every little thing. Be mindful of each other's schedule.
Eloping was exciting, but I think planning definitely would have helped us out.
At home alone, pretty much all day long, all week long. Then a couple of my buddies' wives, I really don't have anybody during the day to hang out with. I can understand why they complain about their husbands working all the time.
My friends actually, they tell me their husbands tell them that all the time. You don't understand. You don't get it. You're not a Marine.
Being married and being separated was 10 times harder than dating each other and being separated.
Sometimes you're gonna be separated for a while, so you gotta kind of find a way around it.
I was still pretty new to work, so I didn't really have that good of a network down here. Met some of his friends while he was gone, and they fit right in and became like my best friends. So after a while, I had a network here.
I can't say that it was any one entity or person that helped us through.
Meeting people, like friends or coworkers, and having that support from people is huge. He lets me vent to him every single day. I always have something that I need to get off my chest, and it's really helpful that he understands what I'm talking about, and I couldn't imagine what it would be like if he didn't.
I can speak this, saying that every time we had a hurdle that we needed to overcome, we were always led into the proper direction, and it all boils back down to our faith. We were listening, and God was speaking.
The wives that I've met here are like my sisters. This year when I leave, it's heartbreaking because they're my family, they're our family. And through his deployment and my upcoming deployment, having our son, raising our son, holidays, they're there every single time. And I don't think I could have done this without our friends here.
It didn't have to be our friends, people we've met, Marines I've worked with, a great bunch of guys I've worked with. Having already deployed, I know what it's like to be away, what she's gonna need, like emotionally.
Yes, because it would have been helpful to know, and
how you feel on certain big major subjects, religion, children, we would probably discuss more in depth because they would have brought it up, which we didn't.
Speaking with a counselor, will be just as beneficial because it's going to be realism as opposed to the cloud of ecstasy that you're in at the time before you get married. You're a little blinded.
We wanted to be better, a better person for the other person.
Communication
Respect.
and respect. The key to it is just getting to know what the Marine Corps is about. I think that if a civilian spouse will be able to actually get into the knowledge of the Marine Corps and what the job really is and what your spouse does, will help, and it will speak volumes to how your relationship is going to be.
Be proud of your spouse and where you are, and thick skin, definitely.
I definitely think a sense of pride. If you're married to a Marine and you don't believe in what they're doing, maybe they go to Afghanistan, if you don't believe in the war or whatever, who cares? You're there for them.
Ask questions all the time. Proud of the fact that you're a military spouse, and definitely be proud of your spouse. Just tell them if you can every single day I'm proud of you, or acknowledge their accomplishments even if you don't understand. But I think a huge sense of pride.
There's a certain level of maturity that you're going to have being dual military. You're going to have to be willing to really roll with the punches, because sometimes, a lot of times, things are not going to go your way and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Just listen. Just have patience with them, for sure.
So it is important for us to understand each other's job and to understand the duties that come with it.
Make sure that you're going in as a supportive role. Know that your Marine is not going to be able to take care of your needs 100% of the time.
It's all about the needs of the Marine Corps. So for the first half of our marriage, we were separated.
You are his support.
Probably.
Don't give up. Even if it's hard, go to counseling.
At the end of the day, it's about your marriage. Getting married and being set financially definitely would have helped more.
I think we did pretty awesome for spur of the moment eloping.
We did.
But I think, sitting down and talking about it probably would have prepared us more mentally, and spiritually. Let us take in that, this is a huge step we're about to take, and fully appreciate that. I think it probably would have helped the roller coaster of emotions we did experience.
I would have told myself to be financially smart.
There's a lot of, resources out there for civilians. When your Marine is deployed, get in touch with, our FRO. They're gonna give you a lot of advice, and you're gonna get connected with all the civilians, with all their spouses. They're going through the same thing you're going. Don't be alone. Don't just stay home. Make friends. Get out there. Get involved in your husband, your wife's, life.
Yeah, definitely get involved with your Marines career. Understand why they're doing what they do and what they do, and then your support will become that much easier.
Yes.
Because then you'll have a reason to support your spouse.
Now that I know how she views love, I've had to change up how I express my love for her.
The things that I won't do or will ensure that I don't do is overwhelm my deployed spouse with tangent, or intangent issues that really have no bearing.
Kind of talk about, the job and responsibilities and what's expected, kind of to educate the other person, because you can't expect the civilian to know everything and to all of a sudden understand that you have to be on duty on a Saturday night.
You have to learn the lingo, you have to learn the uniforms, you have to learn the chain of command. You still have to abide by the rules because you might not get in trouble, but your husband will.
So you gotta fine tune yourself sometimes. Not necessarily change yourself, but just fine tune it. Tweak it a little bit so it matches and it complements the other person.
But if they can speak with people who have success in their marriage and can tell them the ups and downs that they're going to be looking forward to, they're inevitable. Everybody has them. That'd be great.
I've heard the saying, Marine wife is the hardest job. I definitely think so. The small community and the family you get when you marry into the Marine Corps, I wouldn't trade that for anything.